Shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rechach double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akawaf. That's all here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And, the scripture says to watch and pray and to be not ignorant in any matter, whether it's great or small. So I seen this. It's in the business section of Fortune. DOGE, or the DOGE, reportedly fired the FDA employees who were reviewing clinical trials for Elon Musk Neuralink. So they keep talking about this guy. It's conflict of interest of this guy even being there. But supposedly he didn't fire some of the FDA employees. And, he was trying to push real fast with that shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? And let's just read into a little bit of it. Department of Government Efficiency fired the FDA employees who were responsible for overseeing the clinical trials applications of neurological and physical medical devices, including those made by Elon Musk Neuralink, Reuters reported. Experts worry the firing could hinder the safety and speed of technology's approval. So that's key right there. Let's get 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? In the New Living Translation, the NLT, it reads, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. Now, why would they want to pretty much speed up the, process with this thing? We go back to Revelation 13:16, because that Neuralink is a brain chip, right? And the scriptures talks about how, matter of fact, let's just get it real quick and we'll get a little bit more of this article. Because this is coming down the pipe, man. This is what, this is one of the major prophecies that's coming to pass, man. We believe within our lifetime and very soon. Because Elon Musk is not there for nothing, man. Him being there goes beyond what they've been saying. And again, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And soon as they came in, about a month back, Trump was talking about, really jumping off into being the number one in the world when it comes to AI. They're talking about a lot of, digital shit, man. The dollar is falling, and they're behind actually on, as far as a country, as far as America, they're far behind places like China and different, hell, even places in Africa are ahead of America when it comes to the digital currency, a cashless society, so to speak. So they got to play catch up, man. And this could be one of the reasons as to why. And this guy shouldn't even be there. But guess what? He's there. He's a private citizen running government shit, man. It's crazy. And he, of course, he gave, $250 million supposedly to Trump's campaign or whatever, So pretty much he bought his way in there. And then we understand, too, that this is, a part of from way up top with the elite, more than likely. Well, overall, that's what it is. It's from way up top. These guys are just, little puppets playing their parts and stuff. But it says, the Department of Government Efficiency has reportedly eliminated the jobs of those overseeing Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink with the Food and Drug Administration as part of President Donald Trump's mass culling of government jobs. Now, he was just on the Sean Hannity show. This will be a conflict of interest. The firings over the weekend included about 20 employees who were part of the FDA's Office of Neurological and Physical Medicine Devices, responsible for reviewing clinical trials, applications of brain implant technology, including Neuralink, two anonymous sources told Reuters. The sources said they did not believe the employees assigned to review Neuralink were specifically targeted in the wave of firing. Yeah, right. Never can tell, man. The sackings come amid a larger purge of about 5,200 workers in the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services announced Friday, including the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the National Institute of Health. Hey, man, these dudes is on some shit, man. The cuts impacted probationary employees or those with less than 2 years of experience who don't have the same legal protections as senior workers. The anonymous source told Reuters the letters of dismissal cited performance issues, despite the fired employees receiving positive feedback on reviews several weeks ago. Yeah, that's something that they've been doing. You get a good-ass review, and then next thing you know, you're out of there. The FDA's Office of Neurological and Physical Medical Devices is responsible for providing expertise and guidance with regard to safety and effectiveness of medical devices throughout the total product life cycle. Industry experts are concerned the mass sacking of the HHS employees will endanger the safety and speed at which pharmaceuticals are approved. Well, here you go. To all you people that's just out here, you so trust the so-called white man and his products and shit. The cumulative effects of threatened cuts to federal health research funding and forced departures of our nation's premier health agencies will put our global leadership and our nation's health at risk. A coalition of patient organizations, including the Friends of Cancer Research and the American Diabetes Association, said in a statement, yeah, man. Yeah, boy. The FDA, the White House, and Neuralink did not respond to Fortune's request for comment. And they're not. They're more than likely not. Neuralink's relationship with the FDA. Neuralink is developing technology that would implant a tiny chip in the brain of some paralyzed individuals that would allow them to control certain computer functions with just their mind. The FDA approved Neuralink for its first human clinical trial in May 2023. Last month, Neuralink implanted a device in a third person with the goal of an additional 20 to 30 implants this year. So they working it out, man. They've gone from, because they talked about how many animals had, been tortured or basically died and shit from this guy's research and testing and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, and actually, Neuralink is behind a few other companies as well. I can't think of these other companies, but it's some other brain chip companies that's out here that have them fast track past Neuralink, and that's why at one point he was trying to really rush that FDA approval, as far as his stuff. I think that I can't think of the other brain chip place. They may mention it in here. Sometimes they do, but I'm not sure. It says the mind behind both DOGE and Neuralink, Musk, may have created an Ouroboros of his technology company's development and approval. When DOGE was announced that month, Musk was to lead the cost-cutting initiative. However, the White House has obscured Musk's own role in the DOGE, saying in a court filing Monday he is not an employee of the Special Advisory and that he lacks legal authority to make decisions. Man, this dude is sitting... you see him with the president more than you've seen the president with the vice president. You don't see J.D. Vance. I haven't seen J.D. Vance and Trump together since they was campaigning. Shit, this dude is in the White House with his damn son on his shoulders, telling you that he's in charge of some shit. Okay, but it says Musk's influence on government hirings and firings are already plain to see. The Office of Personnel Management, which mirrored Musk's mass layoff strategy at X to offer a buyout to about 2 million federal employees, consists of numerous new employees with the links to Musk companies, including a 2024 high school graduate who had a summer role at Neuralink, Wired reported. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said earlier this month Musk would rule on his own conflicts of interest within the government. See? There's no conflicts of interest. I'm just there, and yes, I have taken billions from the government, but No, that dude's silly as hell, man. But you could clearly see this is the crash of this place, man. Patty Zettler, a law professor at Ohio State University, and former deputy general counsel of HHS, is dubious the mass firings will save HHS any money because so much of the department's money comes from user fees or charges companies pay to the government in order to expedite product approval. For example, about half of the FDA's budget is made up of user fees, some of which are used to support employees reviewing pharmaceuticals. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the newly confirmed HHS secretary, has opposed pharmaceutical user fees, saying they create a barrier for smaller companies to gain approval for their technologies. When we think about all the layoffs across the HHS, none of them are going to save the taxpayer money in the long run, Zettler told NPR. It is especially clear that laying off FDA staff who are funded by user fees will not save the taxpayers any money. The taxpayers are not paying for those employees. Okay, so learn something new every day, huh? But anyway, man, yeah. A lot going on, man. A lot going on. But we're not to be ignorant of Satan's devices. Let me grab this one other one I quoted in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus, I think it's 5 and 15. Yep, Ecclesiasticus 5 and 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. Because if he's firing these people to just move them out of the way so he can go ahead and push along. Because, it's all a setup, man. They can put anybody in those positions to go ahead and just, fast track an approval. And this guy's out here, you know what I'm saying, really throwing that shit in people. And let me get this real quick. Let me read this back first off. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? So you're not going to be able to make no purchases. You're not going to be able to be involved in nothing in a community or your environment, your state, your federal, your city. You're not going to be able to be involved in shit if you don't take this thing. This mark of the beauty and the beast, man. So that's where your faith should be totally in Yahweh. You should be trusting in Yahweh the Father in the name of his son Yahweh Shai. Because if not, you doomed anyway. And this is only for the elect of Israel. But let's go to the next chapter. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's going to be the judgment or punishment for if you take that shit. Now you go to chapter 16, Revelation 16 and 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore, right, upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So, yeah, you don't want no parts of that. It says a malignant sores in the NLT. So it's going to be brutal on anybody that don't trust in the Lord and actually trust in this man, because that's what he's building right now. He's building his little, hookup on overall the elite. They want to become your gods. They want to be in control of, knowing every damn thing about you. They want to be all knowing. Matter of fact, let's go to 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. And this day that's being spoken of right here is the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that's what's happening throughout the earth right now. The man of sin, the son of perdition, is being revealed, which is the so-called white race, man. Esau. Edom, he became the progenitor of the so-called white race, man. It's not some red guy with a spandex suit on, 2 horns on his head. Got the little waving tail with the little arrow-shaped tail. He's got the little pitchfork, and he's standing around this lake of fire under the earth. That's not what that's talking about, man. That's all, some shit that they came up with and made up too. All that fairy tale, fable shit. That's not in the scriptures, man. This man of sin, the son of perdition, is talking about a man. A man that became a nation. The nation of Edomites, man. Verse 4 says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So he done jumped from giving you white Jesus, a white God, white angels, and all this other shit, to the point where, now he's got his plan in order. Everybody is pretty much under his rule, so to speak. But that's not enough for this guy. He wants to perpetually enslave you, and especially you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You Israelites, he most definitely, because they're going to come to you first. Trust me, when it comes to the chipping thing, when it comes to the microchipping, they're going to come at you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans first. When it goes off into full-fledged implementation. Now, people already have this thing. It's people all over the world that's dealing with this chip, and they're making payments through their hand. Now, I just was watching one of the brothers hookups this morning. Let me see. Maybe I was watching it earlier today. It's a video with what's the lock here? Watchmen for Israel. Earlier this morning. Let me see if I can find it. And he was, it was going off into MasterCard. Right here. Is this it? Yep, right here.
Hello and welcome to GBN Originals. I'm Ben Leo. Now, imagine a world where your wallet becomes obsolete. No card numbers, no PIN codes, just you, your face and your hand becoming the key to your financial transactions. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi blockbuster, doesn't it? But this isn't fiction. It's the future MasterCard envisions for all of us by 2030. In a bold announcement, MasterCard has revealed plans to phase out the iconic 16-digit credit card number that's been a cornerstone of modern commerce for decades. And instead, of course they're turning to biometric authentication, using your unique physical traits such as your face or your palm to verify payments. What could go wrong? By the end of this decade, MasterCard's vision is that your body will be all you need to pay for groceries, book flights, or shop online. This announcement is part of a broader shift in how we think about money and security in an increasingly digitized world. But what does this mean for you, me, and society as a whole? Well, let's break it down. For decades, credit cards have been at the heart of global commerce. They've made life easier for billions of people all around the world. But as technology has advanced, so too have the threats to our financial security. Last year alone, 2024, global card fraud reached staggering levels, with billions lost to cybercrime. Data breaches exposed sensitive card details from some of the world's biggest corporations, such as Marriott, Ticketmaster, and even major retailers weren't spared.
Okay, so you pretty much get the point on that, right? And this is how Esau is going to try and pull it off, because he's going to be like, you know what, all this cyber shit, all these, identity thefts and all this shit going on, you know what I'm saying? People, these scammers and these scanners and all this stuff. So this is how Esau going to come at you. He's gonna come at you with that, let me get this, Ecclesiasticus 12:10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself, this is the point right here. He's going to humble himself. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. So he's going to come at you humbly. He's going to come at you crouching. Well, you're going to be, we're going to keep your money safe. We're going to keep your identity safe. We're going to keep this safe. There's not going to be any more hacking and all this other stuff. But he's going to have the access to hacking into your ass if you take that chip. But he's going to come crouching, you know what I'm saying, trying to make it seem as if, what he's trying to do for you is for your better good, which he always does that. That's how he sells everything that he comes out with. And then meanwhile, in the end of things, you find out it's destructive as hell, but he always comes at you like it's going to make life better. It's going to make life safer. It's going to, in case your children get kidnapped or get lost, we can ping them. You know what I'm saying? Your medical information will be on there, in case you get into an accident, the ambulance driver, they can know exactly what to, administer to you and all this bullshit. Hey, this bad. Hey, man, let me see. Did they have any comments in here, though? I didn't go to the comments, but okay, so it's 1,300 comments or so in here. The people, these people not having it, man. People starting to catch on, bro. Okay, this person says, now that's not yet another conflict of interest. Where the hell is Congress? And why are they not protecting the American people? Hey, this guy's in there, man. Look, they done turned on the key, man. The door's open. He's in there. He's in. It's a wrap, man. And we understand, man, what's going on. If you don't see what's going on, then, and a lot of our people, they don't give a fuck. They just, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me just, they at the store buying blunts and shit, ready to roll up, you know what I'm saying? And just kick back and do what they do, man. Jake not thinking about none of this. You see, these so-called white people, they starting to catch on, man. And not to say that it's some of our, a lot of our people are waking up. Don't get me wrong on that. But your average 2/3 Jake, man, they don't give a shit about nothing like this. This person says they got rid of my whole fucking department 2 weeks ago, and now they're trying to hire us all back. None of us are going back. We took the severance packages. We're getting paid until the end of September. Most of us found higher paying jobs, okay? Conflict of interest. He is hiding something. Oh, yeah, he's hiding something, all right. I'm not seeing anybody. Sometimes some of these people, they kind of know what's going on, and they'll chop into that Revelation 13:16 we just read, because some of these people know about this shit. But I don't see any comments as of yet of anybody mentioning it. No one's mentioning this mark of the bees. Nope, not seeing nobody touching on it. Yeah, so yeah, Trump just, they sitting on TV lying straight to your face. You can't get around it. It's conflict of interest just with him being there. If he has government contracts, you know what I'm saying? Like him being there, that's a contract of a conflict of interest just in itself. Yeah. Says he also fired FAA traffic controllers that he plans to restaff with SpaceX employees at twice the cost to the taxpayers. I wouldn't doubt that. Yeah. Yeah, man, people not with it though. Says he's firing all that are investigating him. Get him out of our government. Yeah, right. A blatant conflict of interest. Yep, but that's pretty much about it, man. Hey, man, I just wanted to touch on it real quick because when I seen it, and they want to fast track that technology for real because, like I said again, Elon, he's behind. America's behind when it comes to. Matter of fact, let's see if we can find something on it. Okay, yeah, this was those other ones I was thinking about. It says this is AI. I put in, are there any other brain chip companies other than Neuralink? It says yes. Besides Neuralinks, several other companies are developing brain chip technology, including Synchron, BlackRock, Neurotech, BrainGate, Precision Neuroscience, Paradromics, and Kernel. with Synchron being considered one of the most prominent competitors to Neuralink, backed by investors like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. See? Synchron focuses on brain-computer interface delivered through a blood vessel, unlike Neuralink's direct brain implant. BlackRock Neurotech, well established in the BCI field, known for their Utah array implant, which has been used in numerous clinical trials. BrainGate pioneered one of the first implanted BCIs for human use. Precision Neuroscience develops flexible electrode arrays designed to be very thin. So they've been working on this stuff for quite some time, man. And well, let's just put in. I'm just going to put in cashless society. Cashless societies. Let's just put in hand chips. Okay, yep, they still got some of the older hookups here. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, you know, me speaking as a man, I think this is the last, probably most updated one right here in 2024 in modern diplomacy. Cash now extinct as citizens use implanted microchips instead. The central bank, which predicts cash may fade from Sweden, is testing a digital currency and krona to keep firm control of the money supply. And this was, probably about your last most updated one, 2024. Let me see. The financial authorities who once embraced the trend are asking banks to keep peddling notes and coins until the government can figure out what going cash-free means for young and old consumers. The central bank, which predicts cash may fade from Sweden, is testing a digital currency to keep firm control of the money supply. Lawmakers are exploring the fate of online payments and bank accounts if an electrical grid fails or servers are thwarted by power failures, hackers, or even war, writes the Financial Post from Canada. So these are the things that they're really trying to figure out. You know, if there's a blackout and everything goes offline, will your ass just fall over? You know what? Yeah, man, this place is crazy, bro. It says when you are where we are, it would be wrong to sit back with our arms crossed, doing nothing, and then just take note of the fact that cash has disappeared, said Stefan Ingves, governor of Sweden's central bank, known as the Riksbank. You can't turn back time, but you have to find a way to deal with change. Ask most people in Sweden how often they pay with cash, and the answer is almost never. See that? A fifth of Swedes in a country of 10 million people do not use automated teller machines anymore. More than 4,000 Swedes have implanted microchips in their hands, allowing them to pay for rail travel and food or enter keyless offices with a wave. Restaurants, buses, parking lots, and even paid toilets depend on clicks rather than cash. See? And see, the thing of that is it's total control. You know, that's what the Apostle Gabar, he was going into, I think that was yesterday with can't think of that guy's name, but he was saying that they want total control. They want a chip in everybody because, say for instance, right now you can go to an ATM machine and you can pull out 200, 300, 400, however much amount, and you got that cash in your hand. You fold it, put it in your wallet, whatever you do, and you on your way. Now they know that you was at the bank. They can tell when you was there down to the millisecond, how long the transaction took, and all that. You see, they got you on camera. You know what I'm saying? Leaving the bank. But once you leave the bank with that money, they don't know where that money is going. They want to know your every spending habit. They want to know if you bought a pack of gum, if you bought it, you know, because they can't keep up with that money once you take it away from the bank. You might give $20 to your daughter or your son, to just go and enjoy a pizza or some crazy shit, whatever, You might give $200 to your auto mechanic. You might pay some rent. You might whatever with it. They don't know, but they want to know. So if they get rid of cash currency, they're going to be able to tell exactly where every single dime has been spent. It's not going to be no more, you can hustle on the side. You know what I'm saying? You may know how to do hair, nails, or you know how to do tune-ups on cars, or you can do brakes real quick for somebody. That might be your little side hustle once you get off from your regular job. And they throwing you some cash. But it's not going to be like that in the future, man. They're getting rid of all that shit. Because Esau, first off, he's greedy as fuck. He wants a cut of everything, man. Okay, but it says, ask most people in Sweden how often we already got that part. It says consumer groups say the shift leaves many retirees, a third of all Swedes are 55 or older, as well as some immigrants and people with disabilities at a disadvantage. So see, like even with a person with disabilities, say he don't have no hands, hey, they're gonna put that goddamn chip in your head, It says they cannot easily gain access to electronic means for some goods and transactions and rely on banks and their customer service. And hey, I really got to say, me speaking as a man as well, when they came out with that jump shot for that COV19, I think it was intended to knock off a lot of older people. Because I can remember actually with the landline, you know what a landline is. That's a telephone that's in your house. And I can remember when, cell phones was coming in. And, pretty much I guess they thought that everybody would have one, which most people do. But there were a lot of older people at the time that didn't have them. And so the government, they were going to get rid of them. They was going to cut all that landline shit, cut phones from the home, and people just deal with cell phones. But the government here in my state, they actually stopped it because of older people. They don't know, they were saying that all older people, they don't know how to use a cell phone. So they had to cut back on that. But now I think they pretty much, that was years back, but who knows where they are with it now. So they have to worry about these older citizens, you know what I'm saying? It says we need to pause and think about whether this is good or bad, and not just sit back and let it happen. The head of Swedish Parliament committee studying the matter. If cash disappears, that would be a big change with major implications for society and economy. Urban consumers worldwide are increasingly paying with apps and plastic. In China and in other Asian countries rife with young smartphone users, mobile payments are routine. In Europe, about 1 in 5 people say they rarely carry money. In Belgium, Denmark, Norway, debit and credit cards use has hit record highs. But Sweden, and particularly its young people, is at the vanguard. Bills and coins represent just 1% of the economy, compared with 10% in Europe, 8% in the United States. About 1 in 10 customers or consumers paid for something in cash this year, down from 40% in 2010. Most merchants in Sweden still accept notes and coins, but their ranks are thinning. Among 18 to 24-year-olds, the numbers are startling. Up to 95% of their purchases are with debit card or smart app called Swiss, a payment system set up by Sweden's biggest banks. And see, that's the age range of when they pretty much got all this stuff started. Because see, what does the scripture say? Let me get another scripture real fast. And see, the so-called white man, he understands this. What is it? Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child on the way he should go, and when he is old, he would not depart from it. So this particular age group right here, from 18 to 24, they've been taught as children. That's just like all the the kid. That's all the children in the world that have become young adults. All they know is a smartphone. All they don't know anything about anything beyond that. All they know is computer, digital, this, that, and the third. And this is who they're geared towards. So see, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. No, it says the central bank has plans to roll out a pilot version next year of a new type of risk bank money, the digital krona or e-krona, that could replace physical cash and at least help calm the current cash conundrum. An e-krona would mean that the functions of a currency backed by the state would remain, even in an all-digital world that is fast approaching. Yeah, but they eventually, they're going to get rid of all that shit. And, they was talking about getting rid of the penny here in the Americas, right? Said it cost 3 cents to make a penny. But who's to say that they're not going to get rid of the nickel, the dime, the quarter after that? You know what I'm saying? And then the paper currency, they just like, it's a waste. We can save money on that, and, everything is just going to become digital. So this Elon Musk thing, man, is big, man. To me, us in the spirit, man, hey, we be seeing all this shit. Again, the scripture says to be not ignorant of any matter, whether great or small, because America is pretty behind, man, when it comes to this digital currency. Like this Switzerland, this Sweden shit, hey, they not playing no games over there. They've been rocking out for a minute. Let me see. Let me put in this real quick. E-krona. State money is digital form of, okay. Oh, they in another pilot phase. Let me see. Let me go back. Pilot phase 4. Okay, so they in a few phases of this thing. Anyway, though, man, the point pretty much made. Hey, look, we're living in a time period, man. It's about to get really ill out here, man. Living in very dangerous times. Let's see here. Let me just put in sweet and chip in the hand. I ain't even had to go far with that one. Now, these might be. Remember these videos? They were older because these videos have been around for quite some time. But for the new believers, man, hey, these people now, they're not playing. It says thousands of Swedes, and this is the AI overview. Thousands of Swedes have microchips implanted in their hands, which they use for a variety of tasks, including accessing offices, gyms, transportation. Okay, the chips are about the size of a grain of rice and are inserted under the skin in the back of the hand. Yep, so there you have it, man. It's out here. They have videos, man. Look at this chick right here. I'll never forget this one. She had, and see, Esau, they don't believe in the Bible. They just wicked as hell, man. Let's see, though.
The most cutting-edge thing about Hannes Huerblad isn't the phone in his hand. It's the microchip actually in his hand. The tiny implant is the latest advance in a biohacking technology that is steadily becoming a part of normal life in Sweden.
We have created a new implant, which is not a chip, it's a full device where you can add different lights, different vibration, different functions. Sweden is a very tech-literate society. And I think this is the main explanation, really, why a lot of Swedes are adopting chip implants.
Swedes haven't been shy about upgrading themselves with the new version. Thousands already have microchip implants that they use in their daily lives, waving their hand to gain entrance to the gym, confirm their ID or make payments. A short moment of pain not putting them off becoming part Swede, part machine.
This event is an implant party, simply where ordinary people can show up and get a microchip embedded under their skin. The biohacking movement in Sweden is hosting them all over Europe, but it's at home where they get the most willing recipients.
I think it's really cool. You don't have to carry any keys or anything. It's just your body. In maybe 10 years, everything will be in your hand.
In Sweden, more than anywhere else, the future is already here. The national train company H.I.M has around 2,600 people signed up to use microchips instead of train tickets.
Did you see that?
And no need to mind the generation gap. 18-year-old Felicia and Father Magnus still bear the scars of their new implants. Student Hannah Herving is also freshly chipped and now just needs to program it to open doors. Although, importantly for a future career, it does already connect to her LinkedIn.
Some people say I'm mad that I don't know if it's safe and all that, but people have been putting these chips into animals for 20 years, so I'm not worried about that.
The long-term goal is for the new chips to help provide medical care in remote communities.
Anyway, I guess she's comparing herself to a damn animal, which they are, damn animals. But anyway, man, I'm gonna end out there, man. But the Lord told us not to deal with shit like this. And you can actually, it says the procedure to implant the chips is similar to that used of giving vaccinations. See? And cost about $180. And see, when they done that COVID-19 jump shot shit, man, and everybody was rolling their damn sleeves up, they was collecting data, man. They already know who's gonna take. See, like when they come around with it again, they're gonna know who's gonna be with it, and they're gonna know who's not. They already got all the information they need from that COVID-19 shit, man. Who resisted and who just straight out ran for it. Then I just seen an article on one of the I think the doctors that was involved. She straight up said that shit had nothing to do with pretty much overall healing people like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. Anyway, we gonna roll with the Lord, man. The Lord said to never trust these people, and we're not to get cuttings. You know what I'm saying? Or this shit is just not. It's nah, man. Scriptures go totally against this, man. So anyway, with that, and these damn Edomites, they don't mind because they don't really believe in the scriptures. They'll tell you they Christians, but overall, these people are wicked as hell, man. They have no problems with doing shit like this, and they're gonna pretty much make things out here bad for people. As far as that, maybe where this inflation and all this shit is leading to. You know what I'm saying? Where they're just gonna make things so horrible for people to live that they're gonna come with a solution, and a part of that solution, would be this fucking chip in your ass with a universal basic income being loaded onto it monthly or some shit. But anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah and the Bible ball.